Have you been applying for teaching jobs abroad, but not getting any interviews? Or worse, you get the interview, but never hear back? Well, you're not alone. As a Nigerian teacher who has worked in 9 countries across 6 continents, I've seen these mistakes again and again and again, especially from African teachers who are eager, qualified, and hardworking, but unknowingly hold themselves back. So in today's video, I'm breaking down the top 5 mistakes African teachers make when applying to teach abroad, and more importantly, I'll share exactly how you can avoid them. Please stay till the end because I'll also give a bonus tip on something that helped me land my own international roles when it felt impossible to break that, unfortunately, jail. Now, mistake number 1. Sending the same CV to every single school. I know we've all done it. You find 20 job posts as soon as you turn on a test, and you fire off the same exact document, hoping that one would land, and then you start praying and kabashing over it. But here's the truth. Recruiters can't tell when you submit the same CV. They see hundreds of CVs every week, and when yours looks generic, it's forgotten. What you should do instead is to customize your CV for every single job you apply to. Every single role you apply to has to have a fresh one. Let me give you an example. I once applied to a British international school somewhere in Asia that emphasized inquiry-based learning. Instead of sending my old CV that only listed job titles and dates, I added a bullet point at the top about how I had used the Reggio Emilia approach with my year 1 class to encourage independent exploration. That tiny tweak caught their eye, and because it matched their language, they asked me in to interview. The tip here is to study the job ad, highlight 3 keywords, maybe collaboration, inquiry, technology, and then rewrite your CV bullets to reflect those words using specific classroom examples. Now, this takes time, but think of your CV like a key. A key cut for one lock doesn't open every door. And let me be honest, many African teachers lose opportunities not because they're not qualified, but because they don't translate their experience into the language international schools expect. Some even diminish themselves on paper. They cut down their experience because they're trying to fit onto an A4 paper. No, you should jump off the pages at the recruiter. Talk about yourself in the entirety of everything you've done, and you will find that all those transferable skills will catch their attention. Okay, let's go to mistake number 2. This one really pains me. It pains me to my bone marrow every time I see it, especially among my mentees. This is not researching the school or the country before applying. Let me share a quick story to bring it home. A friend of mine from Ghana applied for a job in the Middle East. During the interview, they asked her, "So, what do you know about our curriculum?" She froze. She hadn't even looked at their website. That was the end of the conversation. They allowed her to talk because they will not cut her short, but she didn't hear back from them. International schools aren't looking for teachers who just want a job. They want people who understand their mission. They want people who understand their curriculum, and they want people who understand the culture where the school is. So here's the fix. Spend 15 minutes on the school's website. Look at their mission statement. Google expat life in that country. Know the basics of cost of living or the culture and expectations. If it's an IB school, research concepts like PYP inquiry cycles. If it's a British school, revise terms like Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, and don't go there asking that you want to work in grade 3. It shows respect. It shows preparedness. And let me add this. As African teachers, sometimes recruiters already have biases about our background. Go watch this video that I released to give you a clearer understanding. And don't give them a reason to doubt you further. When you show up prepared, you immediately break stereotypes and position yourself as a professional who belongs on the international stage, not Mama in Kim Dilin who just wants to jackpot. Now, mistake number 3 is something that still shocks me every day. Ignoring certification requirements. Because, I've seen brilliant teachers disqualified simply because their documents weren't in order. Here's the reality. Different regions want different certifications. The UK prefers QTS or a PGCE, and then you can work for 4 years and get your QTS. The US system values state certifications. Many Asian countries accept TEFL or ESL roles, but not for international schools. Now, here's where many African teachers go wrong. Applying for jobs that clearly state must hold QTS, but then you don't have QTS. Number 2, not authenticating documents with the embassy until the last minute. At least do it with your Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs, at least. Or not using consistent job titles and thereby confusing the recruiters. The fix is be honest with where you are. Apply for jobs your certification qualifies you for. Begin the document authentication process before you apply. Do your police clearance, degree certificate, birth certificate, do them all. And get your CV titles right. For example, class teacher, key stage 2, equivalent to primary 4 to 6, so that international recruiters understand you. Don't apply to a British school saying you're in grade 3. When I moved to Venezuela, I nearly lost my job offer because I delayed document legalization. I learned my lesson though, because paperwork isn't just admin, it's your ticket in. Okay, let's go to mistake number 4, because this one breaks my heart too. Weak cover letters. Let me be very blunt. Too many cover letters from African teachers are either copied from the internet or just a summary of that CV bashed together and thrown on paper. That doesn't work. Your cover letter is your voice on paper. It's your chance to show who you are beyond your qualifications. Instead of writing, I have 5 years of teaching experience, maybe think of writing, in my 5 years of teaching, I've helped students from different backgrounds improve not just their grades, but their confidence in learning. One of my proudest moments was mentoring a student who struggled with English until she could stand in front of the class and present with pride. What recruiter would not want to see that? It tells a story. It makes you memorable. It makes you different from people who just copy and paste and throw it to them. And here's another tip. Connect your story to the school's mission. If their motto is nurturing global citizens, please explain how your experience teaching in multicultural classrooms prepare you to contribute to their school system. Remember, schools hire people, not robots. Let your cover letter sound human. It's not your CV that's teaching the children, it's you, the human being behind that CV. It's not your passport that's teaching the children, it's you, the person behind the passport. It's not your qualifications teaching the children, it's you, the person behind those qualifications. What do you like? What motivates you? What makes you smile? Put it on paper. Now, mistake number 5, not preparing for cultural fit questions. This is bad. Many teachers prepare for technical teaching questions, but forget the ones about adaptability. Schools want to know if you can handle diversity. They want to know if you can handle parent expectations. And are you able to collaborate in a multicultural team? For example, you might get asked, how would you handle teaching a class of 12 different nationalities? What would you do if a parent challenges your grading? If you've never practiced answering this kind of questions, you'll stumble. No matter how much you think you're confident, you will stumble because you'll miss out all the keywords they need to hear. The fix is to write down 5 common cultural fit questions and practice answering with stories. For example, in my previous school in the US, I had students from 5 different language backgrounds. I used visuals, peer support, and simplified instructions to make sure every child felt included. This shows you're flexible. This shows your experience, and this shows your empathy. What school would not want to hire you if you can link your experience into what they want to hear? I know I promised you a bonus tip, so here is the bonus tip. Networking matters. Many African teachers rely on job boards only, but recruiters often fill roles through referrals. So start by building a strong LinkedIn profile. Join international teaching groups, and please connect with alumni from your certification program. I mean, my friend Momi was talking to one of her friends from back home who they were on the course together. Because sometimes conversations opens a door that 50 job applications cannot. And today, that friend of hers is working in the UK just because of word of mouth. If you've not been on Momi's channel, please run there and have a look, because we both talk about things that are similar to us, people with African backgrounds, that you would not find anyone else covering. So please, let's recap. Don't send the same CV everywhere. Research the school and the country. Get your certification and your documents in order. Write a powerful cover letter, not a generic one. If you've copied it from the internet, what makes you think other people have not copied it from the internet too? And please prepare for cultural fit questions. Lastly, don't forget to network, because if you avoid these mistakes, you'll stand out from the crowd and massively improve your chances of landing that dream job, especially if it's in a country that's on my list of 12 countries to go to. You would love it. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes have you made before? Comment below, because your story might encourage another teacher who's starting out on that journey now. And if you found this helpful, check out my video on the top 3 challenges African teachers face when they're teaching abroad. It will prepare you for life after you land the job, because if you correct all these mistakes, you're definitely landing the job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow teacher who needs it. And I'll see you in the next video. Any of these videos will be really cool.